Hi guys, how you doing? Sinio Gaming here, and in today's episode I'm bringing you Merge Girls and I tell you how to farm up to 5000 gems a day. So if you're Merge Girls player or perhaps idle gamer, then make sure you subscribe to the channel as I post as often as possible and bring you best tips and advice. And if you enjoy what you see, then smash this like button as well. Right then guys, so what I want to do today is obviously break every single aspect of the game where you can squeeze some gems. Bear in mind, some of them are coming nicely on a daily basis, some of them you'll have to farm a little bit longer, and some of them are extras, but I'll be able to pretty much give you an average, and this is where I believe you can squeeze up to 5k a day. So without further ado, we're gonna start with a first one, and I'm gonna pretty much address all that right hand side menu. So I'm gonna start with a mailbox. Currently my mailbox is empty as I pretty much delete my old messages, but you should receive at least 2 messages from GM every single day, which pretty much grants you 50 and 100 gems, and that's a total of 150 out of mailbox. Right, then we're moving into a quest, and in here, as you see, you obviously got a daily and weekly. All my dailies are already completed, and I believe so are the weeklies. So daily will grant you a 300 gems every single day, pretty much just by coming and completing parts of the mandatory quests in the game. When it comes to weekly, you will be able to squeeze 700 gems, therefore the average on day is gonna be 100 gems. Right, now we're moving into a rank, which is the next one, and in here pretty much you're gonna be set up in a mini leagues, and there is always only total of 20 players you'll be competing against, so your reward will vary between 100 and 250. So I believe on average you should pretty much get somewhere in the middle. Sometimes will be higher positions, sometimes a bit lower, but I would say 175 gems daily it's a fair indication, and obviously the minimum is 100 and maximum is 250. Okay, now we're moving into a second row, and obviously here we've got a free, which takes us into a shop and get us straight into advertisement. So as you see, once you are in a trading center tab, and obviously the first advertisement, this is the first icon here, and that will allow you to pretty much watch 3 ads a day, which means you'll be able to squeeze 450 gems. Once we are ready here, we are able as well to click on a soul gem icon, and currently I do not have it because I already claimed that, but you'll be able to squeeze pretty much on that very first icon here another 100 gems out of a soul gem. Right, moving back to a main screen now, and now if we're gonna go on to pass, again the first 2 you'll be able to claim pretty much daily. So daily pass, as the name suggests, this is where you're obviously gonna claim your basic rewards. Obviously bear in mind I'm not adding anything which is on additional reward where you have to spend real currency. I'm talking pure free to play here. So daily pass will grant you a 400 gems in total. And when it comes to Battle Pass, this is where you're gonna have a various rewards, obviously including gems as well. I believe it will take you more than a week to complete that, but there is a total of 3000 gems to grab, so I believe you should be able to squeeze this magic 250 a day. Okay, moving back to a menu again, and now we finally going into events. So obviously depending on when you're watching this video, there will be a various events happening at the time. But the ones we've got currently, and this is what you can squeeze out, is gonna be a 7 days check-in, where you see on the day 1 I have received 2000 gems. So I believe talking about 7 days and obviously dividing that, that's 285 gems a day. Then we're moving into a secondary tab. We got also another daily login reward. So in here between day 3 and 23rd you're gonna get some gems. So again, looking into average here, you're gonna get about 45 gems daily on this very one. And then finally moving back to that special events on a Halloween event, this is where you're gonna spend this orb. You can get some additional orbs by spending mileage, and this is what I'm currently doing, which pretty much speed up the process. So you'll be able obviously to fill all this grid once you've got this resource, and then move and unlock the next one. So again, I believe you should be able to squeeze a 50 gems daily here, considering there is 400 to grab on every single grid. Okay, closing this one up, and then we're going into the screen which you've pretty much seen here. So obviously apart soulstones itself, you'll be able to generate this chest which will be pretty much floating on that very screen. So the game will generate 20 chest every hour, and that will be a max. You won't be able to generate any more. But once you open a chest, there is obviously chance to grab some gems as well. And on average, it has been tested for hours and hours. On average, you should be able to squeeze 19 gems every hour, which I believe it's pretty reasonable to get between 150 and 200 gems a day, unless you pretty much don't do anything, you do not sleep and just play the game all the time. You should be able to squeeze even 450 gems by pretty much collecting chests all the time. Okay, now we're gonna go into a world section, and here is obviously a few areas as well where we can squeeze some more gems. So the first one is gonna be a world raid. So I have actually released a video about World Raid, which I already discussed some of these rewards. If you haven't checked it, definitely encourage you. You can click on the card or in the description below. But obviously we deal in here a damage as a server. So 250 pretty much is granted every day. There was no days we have not achieved that. So apart 250, you're also gonna have a reward depending where you are placed. So as you see, the minimum it's 10 and the maximum it's 250. At the moment, I'm pretty much getting myself into top 30, so I'm getting a 300 gems a day. Obviously, if you rank 1, we're talking here additional 500. Okay, and coming out from here, we're going into Arena, and this is where you're gonna get also pretty handful of gems. And this is obviously when we talk about rewards itself. Depending on which league you're gonna be in, this is how much gems you're gonna get. So as you see, you're gonna get a 200 whilst you're in bronze, then 300 silver, 500 gold, 700 platinum, and 700 plus when you're in master. And this is currently where I sit. As you see, I'm in a master league. Again, depending obviously which rank I'm in, I will be getting between 740 and all the way to 1,000 gems. So currently I'm on 700, but as you see, the 1,000 is a max. Alright, and now what I also got for you is gonna be additional extras, where this is now where the averages will kick in, meaning that obviously as you're gonna keep progressing with various aspects of the game, you should be able to top up this daily account of these precious gems. So the first one, what I want to address, if I'm gonna tap on a character and let's say I'm gonna tap on Asia, obviously now and then you'll be able to progress with a new stars for your characters, and once you do, obviously you'll be able to claim these 100 gems. Obviously, as you see, character promotion is required, so therefore I believe you'll be able to squeeze some more, because what we are talking in here, if I just quickly tap on collection, you actually can squeeze 700 gems from every single character. And there is a total of 36 characters between SSR and SR. The R characters won't grant you any gems, but all these two tiers will do. So we're talking here about over 25,000 gems for grabs. Therefore, I believe 100 gems a day is very reasonable. Right, coming out of that, and now we're gonna go into accomplishment reward, which means now if you tap on your very own avatar here, every single time you're gonna progress with a new level, as you see, there is 100 gems for grabs. Again, I believe you'll be able to push at least a 1 level a day. Normally what I do, I farm it for a day. I start obviously doing a lot of different upgrades, and then I push few stages at a time. So therefore, I believe 100 gems a day is very reasonable to achieve. Okay, coming out of this screen, so pretty much what I mentioned, obviously to go and actually claim these accomplishment rewards, you have to keep progressing with your main quest as well. But for instance, as you see, this very one clear episode stage, this is where every single time you push for a next stage, you're gonna be rewarded with 50 gems. So I believe you should be able to squeeze at least 2 stages daily, therefore additional 100 gems comes to your account. And now the other two, which will come on average as well, we're gonna go back to a world now and we're gonna talk about tower. So between tower and a twin tower, pretty much what you've got in here is you're gonna get a 50 gems every single time you clear the stage, and you're gonna get 150 gems every 10 stages. So pretty much like in here, the round number where I will now complete floor 450, this is where I'm gonna get rewarded 150 gems. Therefore, I strongly again believe you'll be able to squeeze 100 daily between tower and another 100 between twin towers. So now everything I have actually mentioned in this video should get you to a minimum of 4k diamonds daily. But obviously if you push a little bit more, this is where you can squeeze 5k diamonds. And again, addressing this to a recent videos I'm posting around a spending gems event. This is where obviously the farming characters video comes out. You need a 60k actually to complete the full event. So even if we talk 5k gems a day, which is max, it only takes you 12 days to get there. If it's 4k, obviously there is a handful of days more to farm, but you are more than likely to farm good amount of diamonds being a free-to-play player. Alright then guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have, you know what to do, and as always, I will see you next time.